everyone, and welcome back to another Sims 4 build video. My name is Ashley, and for those of you who have not met me yet, I do Sims 4 base game builds on my channel. So if you only have the base game, you don't have any expansion packs, it's okay. You can still use my houses, all good. And today we are building a beach house. And I received a couple of requests on my earlier videos to make a beach house. So here I am making a beach house. So if you guys have any suggestions of what you would like me to build next, don't forget to leave a comment down below and I will be sure to build it in my future videos. Today's house is on a 30 by 20 lot and costs around 115,000 simoleons, and it has 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it can fit 4 Sims in this house. So I kind of wanted it to be kind of like a couples retreat beach house. So I have 2 double beds here for 2 couples, but of course you can switch around the bed situation to accommodate whoever you need to in this house. The bottom floor is completely open concept, from the living room to the dining room to the kitchen and also onto the patio. So you'll see what I mean, but it's completely open onto the outdoors and it has such good beach house vibes. And of course, there are tons and tons of patios on the main floor and also on the upstairs. And of course, I had to add a lovely pool. So there's tons of outdoor activities, and I just love this house. I would love to vacation to this house anytime. So I really hope you guys enjoy this one, and thank you so much for watching. Well, it is my favorite time of the week, the time when I get to talk to myself, and yeah, so I will be continuing my story about Jen, my terrible roommate, which I have talked about already in my last video and maybe even the video before that. I can't even remember. But before that, I do want to talk about the build just a little bit. So I know it's not quite on a beach because I have base game, so I don't have a beach lot. So I just put it on a lake, so it's a lake house today. But if you guys do have a beach lot, then feel free to put this house on a actual beach, because I think that would look even better. But I just had a lake, so I made it into a lake house. And because Oasis Springs has a lot of palm trees and stuff, it is still kind of like a destination vacation spot, so I think the vibe still worked really nicely. But again, feel free to put it next to a beach if you want to. And I think this is one of my favorite builds that I've ever done. I've only done a handful of builds, so I mean, it's my favorite right now out of like 7 that I've actually done. So I did get to make the exterior look a bit more intricate. I think it's not like a box, it's not symmetrical, it does have a lot of different pieces on it. I experimented with a lot of different roof shapes and roof pieces, so I have the incurved looking roof on the front there, and then at the back corner I have that kind of octagonal piece of the house with the roof kind of looking kind of pointy. And I did experiment with a lot of different balconies coming out from different parts of the house. So I guess what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of dimension to this house. It's a lot more interesting looking from all angles. It looks really nice. So I think that's what I really like about it. And then in the back, I have the pool and a nice outdoor space. So there's a lot of nice balance between the front and the back and all sides of the house. It's a really balanced house and it looks really nice. And, you know, well, in my opinion, it looks nice. I don't know what everyone else thinks. But also, thank you, everybody, for downloading my houses on the gallery so far. We have like hundreds and hundreds of downloads on my houses. So thank you so much for that. I'm glad that you guys are liking them. If you are finding them from my videos, if you're just finding them on the gallery, that's cool too. But if you've downloaded my house, thank you, and thank you for enjoying it. I'm glad to see that people are liking and favoriting my houses on the gallery. So the interior is not that large. It's quite a small floor plan, but I think I managed to make it look or seem quite big. The bottom floor is just completely open floor plan, so it is kind of contemporary in that regard. And then my favorite part is the fact that onto the balconies I just put archways. So that's really common in kind of destination vacation houses in hot areas to have just, and even in like say like California houses, a lot of them just have it open, so you can open it completely up, so you have, the whole wall is gone almost, and it's just right open onto your outdoor space. So I think that is such a nice vacation house characteristic, and I think it's just beautiful, especially in the bedroom, looking right onto your own personal patio and onto the lake or beach. I think that would be awesome. I would love to have this house. And for the color scheme, I kept it quite simple. I wanted it to just be really clean, so a lot of white. I did an all-white kitchen at the bottom, as you guys will see. And then for color scheme, just really neutral colors and then light pastel colors. So the master bedroom, I did it pink, but I didn't do it like obnoxious pink. I did it really light, kind of soothing pink, and then kind of cream and pink colors. And then in the other bedroom, I did the same, similar furniture, but a bit more blue, so light blue themed. So I think that looked really nice. And then at the bottom, I kept it mostly neutral, but then added some pops of color. You guys will see later I add a bit of yellow and a bit of turquoise, just to make it a bit more fun, because it is kind of a vacation spot. I don't want it to look, super sleek and just dark gray tones and blacks like I guess I would usually do, but I wanted it to look a bit more, lively and young. So that's what I did there. And I guess you will see the rest of the build as it's happening, so I can talk about or continue my story from the last episode or my last build about Jen. And Jen is not her real name, just to let you guys know in case you didn't watch the last video. This is not her real name. I don't remember her real name, nor do I want to remember her real name. My brain has erased her name from my brain. Does that make sense? That doesn't really make sense. Anyways, so recap for those of you who are new. In my sophomore year of university, I lived in a 4-bedroom shared apartment. So me and my best friend lived together, and then 2 girls were randomly assigned to us from the university. So we didn't get to choose the other 2 roommates, and 1 girl was totally fine. We liked her. And then the 4th girl, Jen, we did not like. And we got off to a really bad start right off the get-go. I talked about it in my last video. She basically thought that we were all thieves, and we talked to her about it. We confronted her, and she didn't trust us. She's like, no, I don't trust you guys, and whatever. So we thought, that's fine. You're crazy. I don't know why you chose to live with 3 other girls if you don't trust people, but that's besides the point. We decided to just ignore her, because if you have a bad roommate, you don't like them, just ignore them. You don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to talk to them. So we decided we're just going to ignore her and ignore everything she does, and things would be fine. But let me tell you, there are some things as a roommate that you just cannot ignore. And I am not joking. There are things that she would do that no matter what, you couldn't not think or say something or want to say something. You just couldn't ignore it. And she would do this thing every single day when she was alone, when only one of us was home, when we had guests over, when my parents were over. She would still do this. And it got to a point that it's something that you can't even confront them for. And as much as you want to just brush it off and say, you know what, I don't want to talk to this girl, I don't like her, I'm just going to leave her be. This thing, you could not just turn a blind eye at this, okay? And what she would do, and she would do this every single day, she would, after she was done showering, she would refuse to use a towel. Now, just think about that for a second. What? She would refuse to use a towel, and she would just walk from the shower, dripping wet, butt naked, to her bedroom. So it's not like she would like quickly slip from her bathroom to her room, like run, like as if she's trying to go quickly or something. She would, take her sweet time and walk out of the bathroom butt naked, go up to her door, insert her key card into her door, type in her password, and then open her door and then walk in. So it was like a leisurely stroll from the bathroom to her bedroom. There was no haste involved. There was absolutely no haste whatsoever. So she would do that, and the first time I was really surprised because, when you first meet someone, a week into knowing someone, you don't really do that kind of thing. It's just not right. I mean, it doesn't matter how comfortable you are with yourself. The rest of your housemates might not be comfortable with that, right? So you don't do that until you're comfortable with each other. So she would do that, and I'm a pretty easygoing person, so I was really surprised, but I didn't say anything because I was like, okay, whatever. Maybe it's a one-time thing. Maybe she didn't know I was home, and that's fine. But then another time, when my parents were over, and we had just got a bunch of groceries, we were all back at my apartment. They're helping me put them away into the fridge and stuff. And my apartment was really small, so if you had guests over, you could hear it because it's pretty small, so it was obvious that there are other people in the house. And so we're all in the kitchen hanging out, and then all of a sudden she's done a shower, and then she just walks butt naked out from the bathroom into her room, slowly types in her keypad password, and then opens her door, and then goes in, doesn't say a thing. And like, my parents were there, and my mom's face and her head just like snaps immediately towards me, like, did you see that? And I was like, yep. And she looked so shocked. She was so shocked and just like, what just happened? Did that actually just happen? Is this real life? And I think my dad too, like, hurry and like ran into my room or something, like, what's going on? Like, I don't know if he saw. I don't think he saw, but I think he was in my room, maybe like quickly exited the situation. And like, it was just so shocking. We were like, what is going on? So she would do that when we had guests over, girls, guys, we had friends over. Anytime, she would constantly do that. And how do you even confront someone about that? Like, does she even know that she's doing something weird? Or is she just that oblivious? And honestly, I think she was just that oblivious. So that's what I mean when I say not everyone should be roommates, because she honestly didn't know that she was doing anything wrong or weird, and that is just so concerning. And again, that is just the beginning of it.
Well, that concludes our beach house build today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw today, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you think I should build next. And if this is our first time meeting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be friends, or if you want to see more weekly Sims 4 base game build videos. I upload once per week at the same time every week, so I will see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.